Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on a 2009 Pontiac G6. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication of being in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I'm not a mechanic and this is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, this is meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, and then we'll go for a drive. First thing I know, auction told me it's got a rusty frame, it's got a check engine light on it, and when the drive's good. That's what they said. Check engine light, I've already looked at because I had to go get gas. And flip you around. There's your check engine light, evap emission system, high purge flow, 496. So there's your check engine light, but I've got gas in here. So other than that, let's pop the hood and let's take a look around and see what we've got. Alright, so Pontiac G6, it's the 4-door one, still a car, still kind of a small car, but it's kind of these sporty cars. These used to be like a super hot item, the Grand Ams, the Grand Prix, and the G6s. We haven't had one in a long time, but kind of excited. So, obviously you can see it's a little bit rusty on the outside. They said a rusty frame. We'll get underneath and see what we see underneath. For right now, just not a lot of rust like on the wheel wells and stuff. There's a little tiny bit starting right here, but not much. Most of it you see is on the rockers. These tires are probably about 35-40% would be my guess. You see the rust on the rockers, but the wheel wells look pretty clean. Front tires are maybe a little bit better. Maybe not. It's kind of, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. Probably about 30-35%, 40%, something around there. So it has been cleaned, but it's just black cloth, but it's pretty decent condition. I didn't really notice any huge rips or tears or stains or anything that was glaringly wrong with it. So it looks like it's been taken care of pretty well. There's a little like they sideswiped something right here, so there's a little bit of a blemish there. Over here you've got a little bit more rust on the wheel well right there. You've got rust on the rocker just like on the other side. But then other than the rocker, it looks pretty clean. And then your front end looks pretty decent. Okay, we'll get underneath your hood. And it looks like they detailed under your hood as well. And I don't know a date on that battery, but it looks like either a new battery or just part of the detailing process. I'm not certain. But it started right up. It sounds pretty decent. Oh, we gotta do... Okay, so part of the rusty frame, and this is the truck out here. This is a low car, so I may not be able to see everything. So pretty much since COVID, the auction has said rusty frame on anything slightly scary. So rockers, you can see that they're pretty much gone. And sometimes they say rusty frame on things that are actually a rusty frame, and sometimes they say rusty frame on things that are not a rusty frame at all, but they say it, so we have to say it. So I'm trying to show you the best I can. I recommend all the time that you get under a car and you look for yourself, because a video is only as good as, you know, it's not very good. It does look like they put that looks like an aftermarket strap for the exhaust. So I'll look on the other side, maybe the exhaust strap came off or something, but there is that exhaust coat on there, so maybe the exhaust is rusty. I don't see anything on this side that is concerning, other than you've got your rockers, which are rusty. So that's the Midwest. You're gonna get rusty rockers in anything that has been through a Midwest winter. And I don't know that there's really any way around that other than undercoating your car. So we'll look over here on this side, on the driver's side. Again, we've got rusty rockers. And under here, let's see. Go back. We've got rusty rockers. But I do not see anything that looks concerning to me. So, like I said, it's loud under here. You might not even hear anything I'm saying. Okay, that's all I got. Like I said, get underneath and check it yourself. I always tell people to get underneath and check it themselves. That's what I see, and that's what you can see on the camera, but it is a low car, and you're looking at a camera 2 inches away, and I don't know that I can get every nook and cranny and crevice, and sometimes I miss things. It's because I'm a human. Believe it or not, I'm a human and I make mistakes. But I don't see anything to be concerned about, but the auction said it, and so I'm going to tell you. I'm trying to be upfront and honest with you because I want you to know what you're getting into, because cars are never a good investment. Cars, they never get more valuable unless you're buying like some one-of-a-kind Lamborghini something or other. Okay. Anyways, that being said, let's go farther on this test drive. Here we go. Alright, we've got 171,007 miles on here. Oil change is due in February with 175, which means that they just did an oil change. So it's probably part of their, and I think that they had this for sale on their lot. A lot of new car dealers, you know, they put cars for sale on a lot, and when they hit a certain number of days, their banks just say, kick it to the curb. So they probably did the detailing and did the servicing and all of that, and they just, new car dealers, they said kick it to the curb. So 171,000 miles, it's been detailed, it's been serviced. There is a check engine light for that exhaust code, but there's no other lights on the dash. We've got the radio on, radio works. I've got the air conditioning on, air conditioning works. Heat also, it works. I'm going to turn this off, but the heat works. I did notice that settings 1 and 2 do not work, but 3 and 4 do. So just your lowest settings do not blow. Okay, there's that. I'm going to do our windows. Driver's side window works. Passenger side window works. Rear passenger side window works. And rear driver's side window works. So, that being said, we're going to go move my seat up a little bit, which is not automatic. So, okay. I'm going to go take it for a drive. Let's see what we've got. And so it does have a little bit louder exhaust. Obviously, with the exhaust code, you're going to have a little bit louder exhaust. With that exhaust code, you need to be aware if you're in Missouri, that's probably not going to fly. I don't know all the ins and outs and rules and regulations, but I know that they don't like exhaust codes. It has good pickup. Driving pretty decent. I'm gonna get around this curb and we'll check our cruise, we'll check our turn signals. It's a little little bit of a vibration from what feels like maybe tires. I can kind of feel it in the wheel. Okay, so we'll do turn signals. Left turn signal works. Right turn signal works. We'll turn our cruise on. Our cruise is engaged, and that works. Brakes are good and solid, no grinding or vibration. They're actually right at the top of the pad. They feel really good. I'm going to try and figure out how our wipers work. Those are wipers. They work. That nozzle over there is kind of pointed the wrong way. I think I can probably turn that when I get back to the lot, but it's kind of pointed off the window. But it does work. It does spray. It's just kind of, you know, I don't know if you heard that song when you were a kid. Scratch your friend's back, scratch your back next to. Yeah, scratch your friend's back and sing this song. So it's, you know, spray a friend's car, spray a car next to. Yeah, spray a friend's car and sing this song. Okay, anyway, so see, those are the things that go through my head all the time because I'm a little bit weird like that. Okay, so anyways, pretty decent car. It does run and drive pretty well. It's a little bit rough looking. I think you could probably take some white spray paint and make it just a little bit less rough looking. Auction said rusty frame. I think you've got rusty rockers. Take a look at it. It's got a check engine light for an exhaust code. I don't really know of any way to fix those exhaust leaks other than replacing your exhaust. I know that they have exhaust tape and all of that. I don't know if any of that actually works. You'd have to talk to some exhaust magic person. I think it's a pretty decent car. It'd be a good starter car for, you know, just a basic get you around car, a 16-year-old who's looking for a first car, something like that. Just something to get you around. It's got low miles. It's already been serviced. Service tire monitor light just came on. So probably your tire pressure monitors are not working correctly because I did air up tires. That's part of what I do when I check in cars, so that I know all the tires have air in them. So that means one of your sensors is not working. But so there's that. But otherwise, I think it runs and drives well. If you have any questions, my cell phone is 309-267-7200. Welcome to call me, text me, come in and talk to me. I've got all my videos online. Whatever you need, I'm here. Thanks, guys.